Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today, another comfort food. We're going for pork today, pork chops. We're going to make heavenly pork chops. And the director will tell us whether or not they are, in fact, at the end, heavenly. Heavenly. Yes, my head is supposed to be in that. Well, and in the end, the director will render judgment and tell us if they are, in fact, heavenly. So, first of all, let's get our gravy going. I say gravy, you won't believe what goes in this. Now, as always, the ingredients, their amounts, and the directions are down in the description. So, don't listen to me because I'll tell you the truth, I was in a meeting late, so the director prepared all this stuff for me, so I'm not going to remember the amounts. But they're down in the recipe, trust me. So, into our gravy goes ketchup, grape jelly, mustard. I know the recipe down below says 6 cloves of garlic, so 8 cloves of garlic. Soy sauce, watch your sister shower sauce, black pepper, oregano, thyme, and agua to give it that Mexican flair.
Ah!
Yeah, that joke never gets old with me. It doesn't. So, we're going to mix all this up. Now, don't spend a lot of time on it. You're going to have some lumps from the jelly. That's okay. It's going to melt when we melt it. And if you get too crazy, you'll slop it out of there like I just did. That requires a whisk. I've got 6 pork chops in total. You want to do them 3 at a time so you don't crowd them on the pan when we brown them. And for the flavor, make sure you get bone-in pork chops and they got some fat on them. Those tenderloin center cuts that don't have any fat, yeah, not very much flavor there. We want the flavor. So do yourself a flavor and get them with bones and fat. All right, to the stove. All right, into a big skillet. I'm using my cast iron here. 1.5 tablespoons of butter. We're going to get that melted, and then we're going to brown up our pork chops. So in goes our breaded pork chops. And we're going to cook those 4 or 5 minutes per side until they're good and browned. Alrighty, I've given them 3 minutes. We'll take a look at them, see if we like how they're looking. Not quite brown enough for me. I'm going to give them 2 more minutes. When your pork chops come off the skillet, put them into a 9 by 13 inch baking dish. Do your best not to get them to overlap too much. We'll arrange all those better once we have all 6 done. Before you do your second batch, another 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and then in with your pork chops. Once you're finished with your pork chops, you're going to deglaze the pan with 1/2 cup of white or red wine. Once you feel that you have all those bits scraped up, the rest of your gravy constituents go in. We're just going to cook this until it's all mixed together, about 3 minutes or so. Once your gravy's done, it gets poured on top of your pork chops. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to get our baking dish covered here with foil, and then it's going in for 1.5 hours. In the meantime, I'm going to cook some egg noodles to serve that over, and I'm going to work on some baked broccoli. We'll see you when it's done. It's been 1.5 hours. Let's get these pork chops out of the oven and get them plated up and get the judgment from the director. Alrighty, here we go. The moment of truth. Looks very tender. But how does it taste besides hot? When she's chewing, if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button and never miss an episode. Well?
Very good. Sweet, but flavorful.
Mm-hmm. Now there's a lot of interesting things in that sauce, so yeah. Good.
It's not too sweet, it's not salty, it's really rich.
Fantastic. All right, there you go. So give your heavenly pork chops a try. Thank you so much for joining us, and until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.